There are few recorded facts about Frank Manfred. In the archives of a small New England town, a piece of paper states that he was born in 1910. A photograph made in 1924 shows him grinning along with the rest of the 8th grade graduating class. It was the only graduation he ever had. In the records of public assistance can be found the name of Manfred's father, who needed help to feed his family in 1933. The payroll of a lumber mill in Bangor shows that if Frank Manfred was laid off in December of 1933, last salary, $12 a week. The files of the Army of the United States hold a service jacket which stipulates that Manfred, Frank, Sergeant, Tank Corps, served his country from 1942 to 1946 and was awarded an honorable discharge. The state unemployment compensation records reveal that Frank Manfred, mill hand, held and lost 14 jobs between 1946 and 1952. In 1952, all public records end. Frank Manfred stopped living in 1952 and waited for his body to die.
Well, no worse than you might expect.
And so 9 years, 3 months, and 8 days after Frank Manfred stopped living in 1952, his body was claimed.
Or something like that. She's out to kill me.
Well, look, sir, why don't you go see a doctor? I mean, if your mother-in-law is poisoning you, why, he can find some traces of the stuff.
And run up a doctor's bill because of her? I wouldn't spend a nickel over her.
But don't you understand a doctor can give you some kind of factual evidence?
Evidence? What do you think I'm giving you? When you find me dead in my front yard, you'll think different about it.
Who's the early bird?
I don't know, Mike. But according to him, he sounds like he's Lucretia Borgia's son-in-law.
Well, if it isn't my old friend and colleague, Sam Gode. How's the action on the Bowery?
And I got the night shift. It's always quiet then.
Loaf of bread and a jug of wine. Huh?
And the bread's still there in the morning.
Well, what can we do for you?
Well, I don't know how much there is to this. You know how much they get mixed up, but, well, anyway, one of the boys is gone, missing.
Sounds like something from the Missing Persons Bureau, doesn't it?
Yeah, only, well, the word is he was kidnapped.
Sam.
Kidnapped? Now, who'd want to put the snatch on a poor soul like that?
No, he was a quiet guy. Nice man, this rummy. One they say was taken. Frank Manfred. Never caused trouble.
Well, we'll do what we can.
I mean, it's nothing special, but he's got rights like anybody else, even if he is a rummy.
Well, isn't it possible he might have pulled himself together and got a job?
Not one of my boys.
We'll look into it.
Like a cup of coffee, Sam?
Oh, fine. Good, thanks.
This one is $2 more.
Is it better?
It's 20% more effective radius.
Order it. I like this. I want every officer to have one of these. What about the automatic rifles?
I have listed 800, but the ammunition is difficult.
How many rounds can you get?
200 with each rifle.
I told you, if you cannot buy something, then buy the man who will not sell it to you. Just 1 minute, please. Do you speak with Andrews?
He will fly for us. But he wants the money deposited in his bank in advance. He's mercenarios.
We need him more than he needs us. Hey, look, sit down!
I can't see it.
What?
I am full of fear. Don't laugh at me. I know I am making a fool of myself. I talked too much.
Yes.
But how did you convince me? How? Why did I take you into my house? How did I become a part of this madness?
So that you cease to be Juan Menguado, teacher of dirty children, and become Juan Menguado, el presidente.
It won't work. They will never allow me to return. Will they?
They need you, señor el presidente.
Where's Cabrillo? How is he?
A piece of human beef. He's been dressed. He's dehydrated. There's numbness in fingers and toes. Some abdominal pain. He trembles. And there's evidence of jaundice.
Jaundice?
Yeah, his liver. Mortal cirrhosis.
How bad?
Oh, you won't kill him tomorrow morning.
Well, can you turn him into something that looks like a leader of men? Something whose hands don't tremble, whose eyes are clear?
In how long?
A month? Less, possibly.
A month?
Listen, the revolution must start on July 29th. Our people are emotional and sentimental. Revolutions always start on the 29th. Let us not flaunt tradition. So,
In a month, his hands will be as steady as a steel and his eyes like an eagle. At a cost.
what cost?
Have you ever seen a racehorse under the stimulation? He runs well, but afterwards he often dies.
Couldn't we do it without him?
Listen, my friend, you're a thinker and a humanitarian. You have intelligence and compassion and ability. You'll make an excellent presidente. But the people will not go to battle for you. They will go for him when we are finished. What can we do about the drinking?
There are chemicals. If given the proper injections, if he takes a drink, alcohol will make him sick. Oh, it's very interesting. A man treated this way, you give him a drink. His mind wants it, but his body rejects it.
Hey. Hey, where is this, huh? Oh. Where are my clothes? This Bellevue? Huh? Look. Say, why aren't I down with other guys in the ward, huh? Look who took my clothes. I had $1 in my pants. Who took my pants? I had $1 in them.
You keep your mouth shut.
Oh, Joe, no. Take your hands off.
He's good, he's got fight, huh?
He needs a few pounds, of course. The face and general build is almost identical. The knee must move stiffly from the wound.
Huh?
But he will be believed.
Look, will you get me a drink?
I will tell you when to speak.
Leave us.
Leave us, leave us, leave us! Here. Sit! I said sit down.
Good. Look, you must have the wrong guy, see? I got nothing, you know? I'm nothing at all.
Precisely. We had much trouble finding you.
Now, look, you gotta give me a drink.
You know who I am?
No.
I am Carlos Ruldan.
Yeah?
Yeah? I happen to be a little bit known around here.
Oh, I don't read the papers.
No, you don't read the papers, you don't read nothing. Your whole existence is in a bottle. When you have money, you drink the whiskey, and when you don't, you drink the cheap wine. You sleep on the outside in the alley, and your whole world is in a blur. And when it is cold outside, you borrow 25 cents and you sleep on the inside. That is the story of you. Now I will tell you the story of me. I have strength, and I have wealth, and I have power. With a snap of my finger, I can get you killed. Or with a nod of the head, I can make a man out of you.
What do you want to bother with a bub like me for?
What I want and what I feel and what I think is nothing you will understand. You listen to me. And when I tell you to do something, you do it.
Look, I gotta have a drink.
You are nothing. You have no will and you have no desire except in me. There once came a man to my country from the United States. His name was Bryar. Oh, he was a soldier of fortune, a great soldier. And he led a revolution which helped us get rid of a tyrant. And the people, they loved him. They loved this Colonel Bryar. You understand me?
Colonel Bryar.
This is for you, Colonel Bryar.
See, I know you had the wrong guy. See, my name is Manfred. Frank Manfred.
No. Colonel Bryar. Do you mean to say, Colonel, that a man may die when his whole country needs him? Is that what you are saying? Do you think that Colonel Bryar had a right to die when his people needed him most?
My name is Frank Manfred.
Colonel Bryar. I'm going to take that name Manfred away from you and give you a better one. Drink this, it is your last drink. Colonel Bryar.
Now, tell us what you saw.
Well,
Hold it! That's better. Now, one at a time.
Okay, fellas, now, how close to Manfred were you?
See, I had this bottle,
you didn't tell me about no bottle.
and I was up the stairs
Which stairs?
where Frank was sleeping.
You didn't tell me you had no bottle.
Now, did you get a good look at them?
Oh, yeah, I did. One was a dark man, very dark hair. And there was one more.
So there are two of them.
That's right.
He's a liar. There was a lot of them. You're a liar. I saw four of them. I tried to bum a quarter, and they pushed me away.
I saw the whole thing.
You did?
There was this car, long black car like the one my brother drives. Well, these men got out of the car and they went over to Frank. And my brother hit Frank. My brother hit Frank. But Frank never told him where I was.
Look, you gotta separate out with these men. Sometimes it's only a little bit, but there's always something true.
One of them had a bag. I saw it.
What kind of a bag? Was it a paper bag?
No. It was a black bag.
And what did he do with this bag?
He drank it.
All right, fellas, if we need you, we'll be back.
You know my brother?
No, I don't.
Don't tell him where I was. Huh?
All right.
Anybody got a cigarette?
Not much, huh?
No, Sam, it really isn't enough to go on. But if you hear anything else, why, just let us know, will you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Who was your second in command?
An American, Baldwin.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Think.
I can't. Think! I can't! What do you think I am, an ad machine? You just push buttons and the answers come out? I can't do it, I tell you.
Now, look,
I ain't got the head for it.
Listen to me. Tell Pedro I said now is the time.
I wish I could take a drink without getting sick. I'd pour it all over my head.
For you, it is easy to run away from reality.
Yeah. Reality? You call this reality? I'm just make-believe.
No. You are really Colonel Bryar now.
Oh, look, Mr. Menguado, in a million years, you ain't gonna make it with me. I'd like to help you guys out, but it ain't no good. Every time I think of having to meet people, I get shakes where my guts ought to be. Only I got no guts. That's why I can't be Colonel Bryar.
Yes, he was much man.
Yeah? Hey, what was it like when you guys took over?
Oh, we had much work to do. We formed a new government that ruled with intelligence and goodness, not fear and threats.
No. I mean, how did the people react to you guys?
Oh, it was a moment of glory. Celebrations, parades, cheers. I was only a member of the cabinet then.
Yeah? And now you want to be president, huh? Well, there must be a lot of dough in it.
No, mine is a poor country. It pays very little.
Yeah? Then why do you want to be president?
Because I believe that I would be good for my people.
Now, look, I got nothing against you guys, see? I mean, you done all right by me. I like you. But this'll never work. Who'd believe it?
Excuse me. Come in, Pedro. Colonel Bryar, I present Pedro Antonio Esteban San Pablo Menduago, my grandson.
Hello.
Hello, Pedro.
My grandfather has told me a lot about you since I was a little boy. You're a great man, senor. Well, my grandfather said I could give this to you. It is my own good luck piece, and I have saved it all these years for you, Colonel Bryar.
If there's going to be any shooting, why don't they do it on the ground floor?
They're just not considerate, Frank.
a phony. This whole thing smells to me like a setup. Now look, get me a couple of identification photos of the faces. And after they're printed, I want a dozen copies made. You hear me? Come here. That's the guy that rented the apartment.
That one?
Yeah. Look at these drawers. He's supposed to have lived here for 6 months. There isn't a handkerchief in here. There isn't a necktie in the closet, and not a crumb in the kitchen.
Well, maybe he ate in restaurants, Mike.
Maybe he keeps a locker in Grand Central, stashes his clothes there, and changes in the men's room.
Maybe they were cleaned out to prevent identification, Mike.
Maybe.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Do these fingerprints match those of the murdered men?
Yeah.
What are you so unhappy about?
What am I so unhappy about? Because these guns were wiped clean, and these fingerprints were put on after those 2 guys were killed.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? I've only been doing fingerprint work for 18 years. I've only handled 100,000 fingerprints. These prints were put on these guns after those guys were dead.
Would you say it in court?
Would I say it in court? No, I wouldn't say it in court. I'm telling you, the fingerprints on these guns were put on after those 2 guys were dead.
All right. This whole thing is a phony. I can't buy this deal at all.
Mike, what about the superintendent? Maybe he can come up with something helpful.
Well, he's waiting to talk to you in his apartment. I told him to stay put there for a while.
Do you think he gave you his right name?
Aguirre?
Aguirre. Well, what about the other dead man?
Oh, he don't live here. And not before he was dead. I don't think I ever saw him before.
Can you remember anything else about this Mr. Aguirre?
Well, he was not Puerto Rican like me. He speaks different Spanish dialect. Much more faster, you know. Parecía que hablaba muy rápido, no se le comprendía casi nada. You know, much faster.
Well, now, if he's lived here for 6 months, don't you think maybe you can remember a little bit more about him?
Well, he was not very long in this country, you know.
What makes you think that?
Well, one night, he sent my kid out for something, and he gave him a 25 centavos tip.
Nothing wrong with a quarter.
I didn't say a quarter, mister. I said 25 centavos piece.
Oh.
Well, my kid, he was crying, you know. And I told him it was a good luck piece. So I took it from him, and I put it in his pig. Well, had to give him another nickel cash. American besides.
Do you think we could get that coin out of that pig?
Well, Miran, I have to break it.
Well, we'd be very happy to pay you for it. That way you could buy your son another one. We just want to get a good look at the coin so we can determine what country this man came from.
Well, the pig, it cost 69 cents.
Frank?
Oh, one moment.
No, keep it.
No. It's 69 cents. $1. Thank you. Now, where is this? Here. Oh.
November 5th.
That's 5 days before Aguirre signed the lease on that apartment. That part of it fits.
Yeah, well, at least it's a reasonable guess. Let's see, Aguirre is part of the revolution down there. So he comes up here to the United States to hide out. And then his enemies find him.
Bang.
Right.
Yeah. Now, suppose we figure that this other dead guy was tied in with Aguirre and the revolution in some way.
We may as well, Frank. Because if it's true, at least it'll give us something to go ahead on. If it isn't true, I don't know where to go next. Wait a minute. Frank? Isn't that Aguirre?
Reading from left to right, ex-dictator Ruldan, Paulo Unantinos, Julio Varaco. Varaco, it says his name is here.
Sure. It figured Aguirre would be an alias. Okay. So now we know that Mr. Aguirre is really Mr. Varaco.
Now what?
We have to find out more about Mr. Varaco.
We will, you will, they will. Una más. The class is in session, senores.
I'm very sorry, but police business.
Children, the class is dismissed for 15 minutes.
If you go to jail, should we come tomorrow?
Yes, what can I do for you?
Sir, are you Juan Menguado?
Yes.
Are you the same Juan Menguado that was connected with the revolution in your country about 25 years ago?
The revolution of the 29th of July. I had a part in it, yes.
Did you know a Julio Varaco at that time?
Julio Varaco, yes.
We think we have an identification on him, but we want some help. Some of your countrymen said we should come to you.
An identification?
He was murdered, Mr. Menguado. Also, there was another man with him who was murdered. As a matter of fact, we had hoped that maybe you could help us there, too.
You mean now? Yes, of course, now. Who could it be? Who could have done such a thing? Varaco. I must dismiss the children. Children! The class is dismissed for the day.
All right, now put the braid on him. That uniform is your skin.
Yeah.
Wear it like your skin.
How many people are going to be there?
Well, there will be many people there, but only one that counts.
Can't this be arranged some other way? I mean, can't I meet this Don Miguel alone?
I arranged it this way. Now walk across the room.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's the right knee, not the left.
Right. I forgot.
That's right.
Better?
Again.
Murder. Why did you kill them? Why? What did they do?
Who are you talking about?
Varaco and Dr. Cabrillo. The revolution has not even started yet, and already you are spilling blood. What will it be? What kind of a bloodbath do you have in mind?
You told me you sent them back to contact the resistance.
Never mind. You listen to me. Revolutions are not fought with sentiment. Revolutions are not won by weaklings. Presidents are not made from trembling and tears. You say that I'm a murderer. I tell you that I am, but I have murdered on your behalf.
No, I don't want it.
You don't want it?
No.
You don't want it. You want those people that you cry for, you want them to die and stifle at the hands of that Real Toledo? Huh?
No. But why was it necessary? Explain it to me, that's all I ask. Let me understand.
If they had died in battle, would they not be just as dead? Believe me, my friend, they serve the cause better with their silence. Listen, take the boy to Don Miguel. Wait there for the Colonel Bryar. Believe me, my friend, when I tell you that tonight begins our march to victory. I put myself in your place and ask myself, why should I trust this man?
Now look, I want out.
I know you do. Sure. The door is open always. But first, let me ask you one thing. Up to this moment, have I done you any harm? Look in the mirror. Look at the eyes that are clear, your hands that don't tremble, the skin on your face that is tight like a young man. All this I have done for you. The door is open, always. But if you go out, you go back to what you were before. A drunken imitation of a human being without a brain, living in the gutter, because that is all that you were fit for. But believe in me, and you have a future made of gold.
This is a picture of Don Miguel as he looked 25 years ago. Take a good last look at it.
Yeah, I remember.
And I will be waiting your triumphal return home. Remember that this man does not trust you. He will try every trick to test you, but I tell you that you are ready. You go now.
James Bryar.
Good evening, Colonel Bryar.
Hello, Pedro. Colonel James Bryar at your service, Miguel.
You're that sure you know me?
Just as sure as the day you needed the transfusion and they used my blood.
The story is well known.
But this is no way for old friends to act.
Don Miguel, this is Colonel Bryar.
Ask that man to come into my library. I want to ask him questions. Courage. How many miles from Punta Verde to the capital?
Over the mountain pass or along the coast?
The coast.
19.
How long would it take troops to march that distance?
We didn't march, we fought. We fought for 9 days.
How many divisions did we have?
You mean when we started?
When we entered the capital.
3. Regimental strength. What was left of him.
Where did you get that story? You don't look like Bryar. It's subtle, but you don't look like him.
You think I made time stand still? You're 25 pounds heavier and 25 years older yourself.
Where were you the last 15 years when we thought you were dead?
Santa Malone, Demorestes, Barcelona, Peru.
And never were seen? And never did anyone recognize you? Bryar would have been known and recognized 1,000 times.
I was hiding.
Where? At what address? Give me the name of a hotel. Give me the name of a friend at whose house you stayed. I'll give you the name of the cemetery you're buried in. If you're Bryar, I'll trade you my information for yours.
I was hiding, Miguel. Hiding in a bottle. I was drunk and dirty. No one ever knew me by name because they didn't call me by name. They called me, hey, you. I'd had too much war and too much success. And finally, too much peace. And there was nothing for me to do. Nothing. So I drank away the days. You want to know the names of the bottles I slept in? You want to know the names of the strangers I begged money from?
Why? Why didn't you come to me?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't come to you for myself. But when I do come to you tonight because there's a boat leaving with guns and ammunition to set your country free again, you turn your back on me. Chief.
Oh, hi, Gode. You're off already?
Hey, look, guys. I came as soon as I saw it. I found him.
Who, your rummy friend, Manfred?
Yeah. Look, this whole thing's got me beat. Here, look.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not. It's him. I know.
Wait a minute. Returned to the United States after 25 years stay in Brazil.
Brazil, Bowery.
He did pretty good in Brazil.
Colonel James Bryar, shown here at a reception given him by Don Miguel Cordura. Colonel Bryar is presently residing in New York as a house guest of Senor Juan Menguado. Menguado? That's the guy we talked to, the guy that was teaching the kids English.
That's right. Mike?
Yeah?
Want to hear something? Come here.
What's up?
Take a look at this.
Yeah, Gode here says that this Colonel James Bryar is his rummy friend, Frank Manfred.
I've looked at that face every day for the last 9 years, Lieutenant. I couldn't miss it. Yeah, I've got to say, he looks like he's in good health.
Mike, when those rummies told us about Manfred being kidnapped or whatever that was that happened to him, it didn't make very much sense to us then. But listen to it now. Here's some of the facts that we had recorded. A black car, 4 men, one of them carrying a little black bag.
Which he drank.
Yeah. Now, who carries a little black bag? A doctor.
What a jump.
Not as big a jump as you might think when you see this thing broken down. Dr. Cabrillo was killed. Along with him, another man, one Julio Barraco, who happens to be a revolutionary connected with a very particular revolution, the revolution of July 29th. Now we find out that Colonel James Bryar happens to be connected with, and in fact is probably a hero of the very same revolution, the revolution of July 29th. Now, whose house do you think he's staying at, Mike? It says it right there in the paper. One Juan Menguado, who happens to be connected with the very same revolution.
Proving what?
Proving that we ought at least ought to ask him some questions.
Or Frank Manfred.
Yeah, or whatever his name is.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Join the party.
Ready yet?
No, wait. Take something else.
We got everything else in the house.
But I have more work to do. Move this out.
Look,
In these last few hours before we sail, we must not allow confusion to make us disorganized. It's very important to remain organized.
You can do that on a boat.
But I won't be able to find anything on the boat.
You'll be on the ocean 6 days. There's enough time to find anything you want and do anything you want. That's as long as it took to make the whole world.
Shall I take these or leave them behind?
Wait for me in the car.
Yes. Oh, my grandson.
I will send him down to you.
Tell him I'm waiting in the car.
Perez! Give me your revolver.
I think the prop was broken, Pedro. Let's take her off. Try her, huh?
Okay.
Here we go.
The car is all ready to take us to the boat.
Oh, all right. I'm ready.
Little boy, your grandfather is waiting in the car for us. Tell him the Colonel and I will be down right away. I'd like to talk with him a while.
Go ahead, Pedro.
You have been feeling pretty good since you've been here, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure. You know, I'm going to feel a little homesick leaving here. I guess in the last 10 years, this is one of the few places I've ever spent more than one night. Well, except for a doorway down on 10th Street I used to sleep in regularly.
Was this done in my behalf also? I am through with you. I'm going to Don Miguel and tell him what you are. I'm going to the whole world and make them open their eyes to you.
Listen, your beautiful grandson is waiting in the car for you.
Butcher! You won't touch that boy! Please! Bring me back my grandson! Don't take my grandson! Please! They took away my grandson in big black car. The murder in the house.
Yeah? Stay here, Adam.
Hey, Mike. It's a lot of blood. Somebody must have got hurt pretty bad here.
Must have gone out that way.
Let's go, Mike.
I got a call in for the ambulance. I got an alert out for the car.
Good. Now, Sam, move these people back, will you?
Yeah, all right, let's go. Come on, everybody back. Let's go, come on. Get that moving man out of here on the double. Let's go. Come on, lady. Come on, let's go. Come on, that moving man out of here, quick! Well, maybe there wasn't a murder in there, but there was something pretty rotten. You have anything more to say?
No, Mike, he passed out as soon as you went inside.
Where's that moving van?
Why do you want the moving van?
The apartment was stripped. They must have been moving. Find out from that driver. Where to?
I was clearing the street. The van was doing most of the blocking of the street. I didn't know it had anything to do with the house.
All right. Frank,
stay with him till the ambulance comes, huh? And then if he opens his eyes, see what you can get out of him about that big black limo.
Yes, sir. Here, hold this. I'll bring your coat, Adam. Go ahead.
We're going to be loaded in 1 hour. So you be good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with you yet. Maybe when he grows up, I make him a general, huh? You be good.
Thanks for the medal.
Is this the man you knew as Frank Manfred?
Yeah.
That's Frank. He never told my brother Charlie where I was.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures, produced by Herbert B. Leonard.